RJ from Radioactive. This is my ghost story. Years back, about 1999, 2000, I was living in Greensburg by the courthouse and Westmoreland Hospital. Now, when we lived there, back in the 1800s, the house was a satellite hospital, and the upstairs of the house, okay, had the basic facilities for like doctor's offices and things like that, okay. The basement apartment where I lived in, okay, was where they had kind of like a funeral parlor, and if you walked into the house, the kitchen was set up, and that was kind of like where you sign the books, you know, pay your respects and stuff like that. The living room originally was for like the little masses that they held and things like that. And then our bedroom was where they would put the bodies, like in the coffins and things like that. And you would go to pay your respects to the deceased. And the first month I lived there, okay, my dog would constantly like just be barking at like nothing, like in corners and stuff, and totally occupied, you know. And there was just certain things that would happen just at random. Like I would take the dog out, have the door wide open, okay, chain her up, go to get back in, and the door would slam shut, lock, and I have to keep going up to my neighbors. And we had both talked about certain instances, like they had some, you know, things happen like that too. So, you know, I was just passing off like, okay, well, this is wind, you know, or maybe, you know, something. I really didn't think anything of it. One night, after living there for about 6 months, I was laying in bed and I couldn't sleep. And the girl I was with at the time, she's passed out. And I see this like light coming through the door, like if you have like a crack in the door. And the only light that was in the house was our iguana tank light, which was in the living room, which was kind of like if you looked, there was like a small hall, and then the living room was down this way. But this light was like a lot more bright. Okay. So as I'm like watching this light, it starts to like waver and move. Okay. And at least with my experience, okay, like I know like on TV they show you like these like white mists of people and stuff like that. I know it's just like an illusion to make the story. What I had seen was 2 black silhouettes, okay, of a guy and a girl. And what it was is the light was kind of in between their bodies, okay. And I got this almost like paralyzed feel. And so I went to reach for the lamp, and my lamp was, you know, on a table about this size, totally in the middle, okay? And it was like a heavier style lamp. And I got to turn the lamp on, the light comes on, and then I go to look, you know, back at these, you know, whatever they were, apparitions, whatever. And all of a sudden the light smashes off the floor and the bulb breaks. Okay, so like I'm back in total dark, totally paralyzed at this point and couldn't move. And it felt really cool. Next thing I know, the guy and the girl are standing there, and the guy walks over to my girlfriend, who is closest to the doors, kind of a few steps over. And the girl walks around the bed. At the foot of the bed, okay, I had seen this silhouette, okay, and you could kind of see like highlights like on the face and his hands, okay. And the girl walks around the back of him and comes over to my side of the bed, okay. And now I'm like totally, basically scared shitless, okay. And for some reason my attention stayed on the figure at the foot of the bed, okay. And I seen him kind of point to the wall, okay. And then the guy walked into the wall, and the girl walked around and through the wall too. At the very end, he disappears, okay? And we would hear these like, almost like, did you ever hear, on like the old school jewelry boxes, like where you lift the lid or whatever, and it plays those like chime music type things, okay? We could hear that like in the distance, okay, like inside the basement wall. Now, in the sub-basement, okay, that's kind of like where they had their morgue, where it was a kind of like catacombs down there, and that's where they would kind of keep, you know, the bodies before they buried them. You know, it never made sense of anything about it. The only thing I could think of, okay, at this point, once the lights came back on and stuff, like I was able to move, and you know, I was freaked out and slept with the light on for like probably about, I'd say about 2 weeks or so, you know, that like really messed with me. I'm guessing that the two figures that I've seen probably didn't realize that you know, they had actually died. And I'm guessing that the figure at the foot of the bed was kind of like saying like, here is a girl that is alive, a guy that is alive. Okay, it's time for you to move on. And I think that's kind of like where that was going. The only way I could explain the box of like music, I'm guessing that there was maybe a kid involved, you know, and I don't know, you know, what happened, you know what I mean? Maybe the kid passed on and they were there for some reason, something like that. You know, I really don't know. But it was a very chilling feeling and very paralyzing feeling, for sure. It was kind of weird because like everything just faded once the two walked through that wall and that music. I looked back at the foot of the bed where the character that was standing there and pointed to the wall, and it was just gone. You know, and I looked down at the lamp, and the lamp was like off to the far side. And you know, like I said, this table was like big, so it's like that just kind of seemed freaky. It almost seemed like it was pushed. You know, we had some other things too that happened that were smaller that I just marked as coincidence, but it was kind of weird. You know, papers or glasses like that were, you know, on counters would all of a sudden like fall off and things like that. And I've always had like a very strange vibe about the place. And we lived there for probably about another 6 months or so, and then moved on. So that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody can be a ghost or trapped in that state. I think from what I believe is there's some type of like unfinished business or possibly some misunderstanding, and I think that the soul or spirit kind of gets trapped and doesn't realize what life and death is. Like kind of like if you would go into shock, like you don't really realize what's going on and things like that. So I would pretty much say that, you know, if there's some type of like unfinished business or sudden unexpected thing that goes on and you still feel that you have something left to do on this planet, they're kind of trapped. And I think that the soul and the spirit definitely do carry through into, you know, some type of apparition and something that, you know, you can pick up on. Because it's that strong of a feeling. And just like with music and everything, you know, most of the stuff that you write and things like that all come from very strong feelings, and that affects other people. So, you know, I can definitely believe that there is a basis on feeling being an actual matter.